Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and yet another video. So today's video is going to be a little bit different from what you guys are used to. So today we have a mukbang and I'll be having some budaki creamy carbonara noodles with some tteokbokki, some hot chicken flavored tteokbokki. These are Korean rice cakes. I'm sure if you're a fan of Korean food, you know this. And for a drink, I just have some cranberry. So today I'll be responding to your questions. Remember, you guys, I asked you to ask me any question whatsoever on my Instagram and also on my community tab on YouTube, and you guys came through with the questions, and I had promised to respond to all your questions truthfully and honestly via a mukbang. So yeah, this is that video where we'll be having that mukbang. I'll be eating while responding to your questions. Just a little bit of a disclaimer though. If you do not like watching people eat or hearing eating sounds or slapping sounds or drinking sounds, please, this video is not for you. Please do click away. This video is not for you. But if you do enjoy mukbangs and if you enjoy question and answers, and if you'd like to have a live update, and if you'd like to have some answers to the questions that you asked me, guys, so stick around to this video and I will be responding to all of your questions. So if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, my name is Melody Valeria and I hope that you do decide to stay. So without further ado, I am hungry. Let's get right into this mukbang and question and answer. So I have decided to start with the Instagram questions because those are a little bit few compared to the ones I received on my YouTube community post. So we'll be responding to those first, the Instagram questions first. So before I dig in, let's respond to one of your questions, guys. So let's start. There is no particular order that I'm doing this. I'm just making sure that I pick questions or whatever as I go. So the first one that I have comes from x_betty_x, and she says, it's not a question, just a compliment. I love your aura and energy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Betty. I see that you've always been a supporter of mine. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And then the next question is, share how you edit your reels and angles of filming. Okay, this comes from Mimo23. All right, so if you guys follow me on Instagram or if you guys follow me on TikTok, I put out a video a couple of months back, like months back, I think somewhere around February or January, where I put a behind the scenes on how I shoot my videos, how I incorporate different kinds of angles, how I shift my tripod and camera around, and how I eventually edit those videos. So if you go back to my timeline on my Instagram and on TikTok, I had pinned that video on my TikTok, but I recently unpinned it because I wanted to pin another video. But if you go back to my timeline on TikTok and on Instagram, you will see two fully detailed videos on how I shoot my content and how I edit my content. So please do go and check that video out on how I do all that when it comes to shooting my content. So if you go to that video, you will be answered. So yeah, I hope you answered, Mimi. So the next question goes from Marvelous underscore Weston. She asked, are you fully recovered? Because I got worried. Well, I am much better. I am, let's say, 95% better. If you see me back on YouTube like this, that means that I am much better than when I was not posting. Thank you so much for checking up on me. You've been that person, you've been that one person that has always been coming to my DM, checking up on me if I'm okay, asking when I'm coming back to post with more posts and everything. I really do appreciate you, girl. Marvelous. So thank you so much for checking up on me. I'm much better now, and I believe I'll get even better as the days go. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm much better than how I was feeling a couple of months ago. I almost died, guys, but you guys will get to know more on that in the videos to come. So these are Korean rice cakes. They are spicy, very spicy, and they are chewy as well, but I like them. I love them. All right, so the next couple of questions from Instagram that I'm going to respond to. So Madura Bay asked, where have you been lately? I've not been feeling well. I've just had some health complications that I needed to deal with. So I took time off creating content for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, just to make sure that I recover before coming back, because it's not fun shooting content while you're not feeling well. So I just wanted to make sure that I feel okay before coming back. And now I can confidently say that I'm back. And yeah, you can expect more content from me now. More exciting content, that is. So the next question from Instagram will be from a very good friend of mine and ex-colleague of mine, Dorothy. She says, not a question, but I miss you, Mama. I miss you too. And your second question was, have you completely changed your career, or do you plan to return to HR at some point? Truth be told, if things were moving as fast as I would have wanted them to, I don't think I would return to HR at any point. But it's just that at a point where I started focusing on this new career that I want for myself, from videos which I shot months back, I shared with you guys how I want to pursue graphic design as a new career. But then it's along those months that I got sick up to this point, so my studies really were affected. So now I've just put my studies on hold, but I do want to keep on pursuing that graphic design career. In terms of HR, if an exciting and challenging opportunity presents itself, maybe in the future, I can consider going back into HR because I do have the degree. I do have some experience in terms of HR in the recruitment department, that is. So if an exciting and very attractive opportunity comes up, then I am willing to pursue that. But right now my main focus is on graphic design, and yeah, that's how my future is looking right now. I don't see myself as an HR person anymore. I see myself as more of a creative person, more of a graphic design person. So yeah, I hope that you have been answered. So the next question on Instagram is coming from Mimi again, and she is asking, are you okay now, Vaskana? I am much better, Mimi. Thank you so much for asking. I am much better than I was. Excuse me, pardon me, please pardon me. I am much better than I was a couple of months back, so that's a good thing. So yeah, you can expect me back in full force now, because yeah, I'm much better. I almost died. As I said earlier on, I almost died. Anyways, I am not eating and I said I'm hungry. I did not give you guys a bite. Here's a bite for you. Okay, moving on. I think this is the last question from Instagram. And the question comes from Vanessa Heiko. So she says, any question, right? Are you expecting? Vanessa, what do you mean? Yeah, I have some packages that I'm expecting from Takealot and Shein, but what do you mean am I expecting? And also I'm expecting a lot of things to happen in this life, a lot of good things, a lot of blessings to come our way. So what do you mean are you expecting? Yeah, I'm expecting God to do a lot of great things for this channel and for my life and even for you, so that God blesses you. So I think we have exhausted the Instagram set of questions, and now we're going to move on to the YouTube set of questions so that we can wrap up this video. For the questions that we received on YouTube, I'm going to start with Pedo. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, but I'm so sorry. But she said, you mentioned in your videos that your husband works from home. What exactly does he do? Is it remote jobs or it's something else? Hi, thank you so much for your question. So yes, my husband works from home. It's a remote job, yes, and he is in tech, to the more complicated side of tech that I don't want to get involved in. So yeah, most of the jobs that you get in that industry are remote jobs specifically. So yeah, that's what my husband does. I hope that you are answered. Then Neka Kambiti asked, in one of your videos you said you were not feeling well. How are you feeling now? I am much better. That's why I am now back on YouTube, because now I feel much better. And Thank you so much for asking. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you guys for being patient with me. I've been gone for so long, and you guys have been very patient with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Excuse me. So today I did not add as much spice into those noodles because I did not want to end this video and have a complaining tummy. So I just made sure that I limit my spice. But what I did is add a lot of cheese in here. Question reads, is it hard? This comes from Harriet Lynn. Sorry. Is it hard being a stay-at-home wife or mom? Did you stay at home before you had the baby? Let me tell you one thing. Being a stay-at-home mom and wife is very challenging, especially being a stay-at-home mom. Especially at the stage that my son is at right now. Tantrums and all, at the same time you want to tend to the affairs of your home, you want to make sure that your home is clean, at the same time you want to tend to your son who is being fussy and throwing tantrums like no man's business. But let me tell you, it's a wonderful journey. It's a journey that you get to learn, a lot of things that you did not know about yourself, that you get to force yourself to be patient in other areas. You have to be patient with yourself, patient with your son, patient with your husband. You have to give yourself grace to know that you cannot be superwoman, you cannot do everything all at once. You cannot tend to the affairs of your house like you are a superwoman. And you just have to take each day slowly as it comes. So yeah, that's it about being a stay-at-home or wife and mom. It's very challenging, and it's very tiring also. It is very tiring having to main your house, having to make sure that everything is in order, because everyone in the house looks up to you. Everything to be in order, it's up to you. I suffered greatly when I was not feeling well because I knew that my house was upside down. There's a certain way that I want my house to look. There's a certain way I like cleaning my house. So when I was not feeling well, I was really suffering. I was really suffering, guys. But I can just imagine if I was still going to work, if I was still in corporate, how I would handle all this. So somehow me not being in corporate just helps me manage things easier, especially because I don't have a nanny or any help or anything. I just learned to manage everything on my own, and so far it's been going good. If I do decide to go back to work, we'll see how challenging then it can get to be a stay-at-home mom and wife. And your other question is, did you stay at home before you had the baby? So what happened is I resigned from my corporate job in 2022. That's a long time back, before I had my baby. So I resigned, I think 4 months before I had my baby. April, May, June, July, August, yeah. I resigned from my work 4 months before I had my baby. So yeah, we can safely say that I was already a stay-at-home mom before I had the baby, because we had to relocate from Zimbabwe to SA. So I had to stop working in Zimbabwe to join my husband here in South Africa, and from there I just became a stay-at-home mom up until today. So yeah, that's what's been happening. And then Pido, let me just use Mchuchu. She came back again and asked, she or he came back again and asked, do you have any plans of moving out of Africa? I've always had this dream, but I've never chased it, of moving to Canada or Germany, but I don't think I'll be chasing that in any given time from now. I think I'm okay where I am right now. So no, I'm not thinking of moving out. I don't have any plans of moving out of Africa anytime soon, unless maybe in future years if my husband and I decide to do move, but or if opportunities present themselves. But currently no, I don't have any such plans. Then the other question comes from Mamsi. She asked, hi Mrs. C, I would like to know how and when you met your husband. And also, did you study further after high school? Alright, so how I met my husband is a pretty funny story, which I love telling, by the way. Let me eat first and then I'll explain. So my husband and I met in 2010 or 2009 or 2008. I forgot. But we met a very long time ago. We met at church. By then I was a youth secretary for the guild that I was in. If you're Catholic, you understand the term guild or chita. So it's sort of a youth group or a youth, I don't know how to explain it, but where there was Agnes and Alois, there was CYA, there was Moem Sunday and all that. And by that time, I was the secretary for Agnes and Alois, the guild. And we had a meeting at church around 5 p.m. So when I attended that church, I was at that meeting, I was a secretary at that point. When I attended that meeting, there was this guy who was just sitting on a bench across the wall, away from the table that we were sitting while we were holding our meeting. And that guy kept staring at me from the point that I moved, the point that I got into the meeting. He kept staring, guys. And I remember him sitting on that bench. Those days, he was still wearing those caps which had a flat, I don't know, they refer to them as flat base or flat capes, I don't know. And the guy was just looking at me. And when it came time to go home, around, I think it was around 7 or 8, the meeting took longer than it was supposed to. And the motherly advisor was our tete at the time, asked if there was anyone who could accompany me home because it was late. And who did volunteer to take me home? My now husband. So yeah, he escorted me home, and he did not waste time on that day. He said he likes me. And what did I do? I told him I would have to think about it. And I disappeared from church for about 2 weeks. And when I did come back, I heard that he was dating someone else. And I said, this guy, what does he take me for? He asked me out, then he goes and he asked another girl out. So when he saw that I was back, he kept coming back with his advances and asking me out. Sometimes he would he would inquire if I was going to a certain event or certain choir competitions or certain congress, and he would make sure that he would follow me there. And he kept making his advances, 1 year passed, guys. Wow, the guy was still asking me out. He was still asking me out. And I eventually said yes, I'll be your girlfriend after a year. It was a whole year of someone chasing after me, guys. It's a story that I love telling because he was so patient with me, he was so persistent. Oh, but yeah, that's how I met my husband. If I had more time, I would tell you in detail, but we don't have any much time. I want to be done with this video. And also, did you study further after high school? Yes, I have an honors degree in human resources management, and currently I'm also pursuing my graphic design course. So yes, I did study further after high school. So I think we are done, guys. We are done with all the questions. And thank you so much, guys, for asking me your questions. If there's anyone that I've left out, I'm so sorry. It was not intentional, but thank you so much for eating with me. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for joining me in this video. I hope that you were answered, and I hope that we can get to share more of these videos in videos to come. And I hope that you do decide to subscribe if you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a sweet comment in the comment section, guys. Even a heart will do, any sort of emoji will do. Please do like this video. Liking this video will make sure that it gets pushed to other people, so that our audience grows, and then our family grows, and then our channel grows, and we can get to reach the goals of this channel. So that's it from me to you, love and light. Let's continue making our homes fit for royalty. I will see you in the next video. Bye.